Temporary break. We are back. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. We said that already. This is Anson Will. He's filling in. We were right talking about the team. Pause, by the way. We were talking about Team USA, the Olympics. We talked about the comeback yesterday. That was amazing. Kind of missed that window, so I think we know what the people want. They want to talk about last night's game. Detroit Lions are in action for the very first time this year against the New York Giants, who they've seen in practice for the following couple of days of football. We saw 2 fights. Well, yesterday they won 14-3, talking about the Giants. Anson, you watched the game. What was your biggest takeaway with that game? It is game 1 of the preseason, which we know doesn't hold a lot of weight anymore. What'd you like? What didn't you like?
Well, we've all been waiting for Hendon Hooker.
Okay.
This is a guy that, last year there was so much pressure on this organization to take a quarterback because Jared Goff, as good as he was, didn't deliver the season that he did last year until last year. So at that draft, there was a lot of good quarterbacks, a lot of people calling for us to take one.
Could you argue like 2 years ago, Jared Goff had a really good year and a supremely strong finish?
I've been fighting with the heavyweights and Easy and everybody else. This is our quarterback. I did not want one. Now, to take a guy in the 3rd round that was firmly in the Heisman hunt, that would have gone top 10 had he stayed healthy, I loved it. And now, fast forward a year, this guy's healthy. If he had stayed healthy or had stayed in school and played that last year or this past season, this is a guy that, in my opinion, would have been a top 15, at worst case scenario, top 20 pick. So basically the Lions traded a 3rd rounder last year for a 1st rounder this year. Now, obviously the guy is older. He's 26 now. He was drafted as a 25-year-old coming off of a torn ACL. We haven't had eyes on this kid. And there's been some mixed reviews. When it came to OTAs, we found out that he had a fractured finger on his throwing hand. So that's going to affect a quarterback's play. In training camp, most of the reviews have been pretty darn good. We got a chance to see him last night. And in my opinion, I thought he looked really darn good. He rolled out, made some great throws, some tough throws across the field. He extended some drives with his feet. We also saw him lay out a safety on the Giants and knock him down. Put him out of the game.
I think we have the highlight, Pete.
I should hope so.
I just got her all set up. You guys ready?
Yeah.
And Hendon Hooker.
Let's take a look at Hendon Hooker from last night. Played 21 snaps. Remember last year he was a 3rd-round pick of the Lions. Right here on this boot, he decides, all right, I'm a runner. He's got the ball tucked in his left arm right here. And he's just looking for a different color jersey just to go, bat! Just to go, bat, left foot, left shoulder. You just see the power Hendon Hooker has. You don't want your quarterback trucking safeties and linebackers like that. But, he wants to get back and feel what it's like to have some contact again. It's been a while. And then he made this throw on 3rd down. 3rd and 5 last night. He just hits Isaiah Williams right here in the shallow cross, right on schedule. Right in front of Dan Campbell, who seemed to like it quite a bit right there. So, last year's 3rd-round pick gets about 20 snaps. Looks pretty good doing it.
And first of all, shout out to the people that stayed with us through the break. We apologize for the technical difficulties because we do appreciate you guys staying with us. Thank you. This is kind of why we do this show. Brian Baldinger is one of the best to do it. I love his breakdowns. Got a chance to see Brian Baldinger in New York when I went to last weekend. Kicked it with him. He's always in breakdown form. Like it's never just a regular conversation. Like I go up to him, say, "What's up, Baldy? How you doing?" Like I'm trying to be cool, casual, some casual conversation on the sideline as we're watching practice. "Hey, Braylon, how you doing? Hey, check that out, Gary Wilson right here. Now break it down. What are you?" I'm like, "Damn, Baldy, I'm talking to you. I'm trying to engage with you." But love Brian Baldinger. Yesterday that play happened. Hendon Hooker. Okay, a lot of people have an issue with Hendon Hooker not sliding, with Hendon Hooker wanting the contact. I'll leave it open for you guys. I just phrase it by saying this. You're talking about a guy, the last time he played it down was in college, which was 2 years ago, and finally he's in the game. I think some people need to stop being soft. That's my thought on it.
I agree. Now, there's an in-between, but you're either going to get tentative coming off of a torn ACL, or you are going to get aggressive. Yeah. A guy that's been just chomping at the bit to get back on the field and play. We got the latter. And out of a quarterback, a running mobile quarterback, I don't want to see tentativeness. Now, we'll see if he actually has a concussion, but what I saw out of Hendon is everything that I had hoped for, maybe even a touch more, because he wasn't hesitant, because he was making those throws, because he was lowering his shoulder. I got to say, he looked so good in that uniform.
Yeah.
And he gave us a look at quarterback. Man, Andre Ware? Last time we got a chance to see something like that, maybe Mike McMahon, but this guy actually has an arm. And this guy has a presence that, we've compared him to the Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation that we could be seeing in a few years. I got to say, after yesterday, he might be 28, 29 when it happens, but this is the quarterback for the Lions in the future.
It's funny. A lot of people, I think, will agree with me. Andre Ware was trash. So I hope he's nothing like. At least
Houston.
he was. At least he exactly. Now Houston, he was a problem. He was a Heisman Trophy winner, but not here with the Lions. KG, yesterday Nate Suffield went. I had his stats over here. I kind of watched the game, but trying to get accurate about it. He was 13-24, 96 yards. Hendon Hooker was 5 of 9, 36 yards, and then 36 yards rushing as well.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on in the game, but enough to kind of see who did you think had a better game, or who looked or who stood out between the two of you, if either one.
Come on now.
Right?
Listen, I was mad that we had to wait until the second half to see Hendon Hooker because Suffield was just so bad in that first half, man. I don't know what he was doing out there. A lot of reads he just missed, or he was holding on to the ball too long. But what Hendon Hooker showed in a little bit of time, to me, the kid looks confident, man. He looked comfortable in that huddle. He was controlling the offense really well. When he ran out of the pocket, it was at the right times. It wasn't like, he got happy feet and, I'm just going to tuck it and run. He was still looking downfield. These are things that I feel like, they are working with him on, and he seemed to be pretty well. And then him running the ball, of course, looked good. The kid's got to learn to slide. But I feel like he'll get that with more NFL experience. But to your point, he just looked like a college kid out there. He looked like a kid that hadn't played a down since college. He was doing a lot of college-like things out there. And once he gets that NFL, game, he'll realize, like, okay, I need to pick my spots here. I need to, not risk as much.
He wanted to hit somebody. Let's be real.
He did, and he's got dog in him, man.
He does.
I think the Lions do have their number 2 quarterback, man. I don't know if they go out and sign one just because of how bad Nate Suffield was, and then the concussion with him, but I think they're in good hands, man. Hopefully he won't have to hold down the fort too long if anything were to happen to Goff, but I would feel confident that they can come up with something in this offense to make his ability stand out.
And then the more reps you get, the better you are. Like, the more reps you get, you're able to see the game be more consistent. Pete, what about you? What jumped out to you about Hendon Hooker yesterday in that game? You had a decent sample size. What jumped out about him as a player?
Game management. He was able to manage and run the offense. It looks like he's actually very, very comfortable in the offensive scheme, which is actually very, very good. Again, I told you yesterday off camera that I really want to see him push Jared Goff. Okay. I think that just because Jared Goff is your starter and the anointed one, that doesn't mean, in case he is hurt, I want to see Hendon Hooker put up 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
We don't know about I did not see the update on his concussion. Yeah. There were apparently he did suffer a concussion after yesterday's game. I haven't gotten that tweet up yet, which I had, but I did like the way that he managed the game. His toughness was good, and he is going to need if you're going to win the Super Bowl, you need a solid backup, and I think the Lions do have one.
Definitely need a solid backup. The more reps he'll be able to get, it doesn't seem like Jared Goff's really going to play in the preseason. At least he definitely didn't play 1 and probably won't play 3, so we don't know about game 2. But this is a good time for him to get those reps. And the good thing about it is the way it usually works in training camp, if you ball or if you have a better game than another guy, then usually the next game, they'll rotate the situation. So it'll be interesting to see who plays first next game. And assuming Jared Goff plays, it'll be interesting to see who plays second in that game. A couple other guys that we wanted to see. I know we'll get to your guy. I know the guy that you want to get to. He's in the backfield as well as the secondary. But one of the positions we've been watching is the wide receiver position. We know it seems like Jamison Williams is going to take that step. We'll see next couple games or so. And we know what we have in number 14. But who's 4? Who's 5? They wanted Donovan Peoples-Jones. Is it Antoine Green? Is it Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's 7th right now? Is it
Reese?
Is it DeReese? Yesterday, Donovan Peoples-Jones, 1 catch, but it's a 26-yard catch, kind of showing the big playability. Did anybody wide receiver-wise, did you say, all right, I see a battle, or wasn't there not enough?
There wasn't enough for me. I thought that Sudfeld failed in throwing the ball better than Hendon, because we assumed that Hendon was going to be able to be mobile.
Hendon had a nice spiral, tight spiral.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, he can throw the ball.
Yeah, 100%. He can spin it.
The confidence and presence that he showed yesterday after being on the shelf for nearly 2 years was what really stood out for me. We thought that Sudfeld was going to be comfortable. We've seen him perform, and I thought that Hendon Hooker had a much better ball coming out of his hand. Mm-hmm. So when I saw the receivers, I felt that there was just too much inconsistency throughout the entire football game. Obviously, we never got into the end zone. What I saw out of Hooker, though, to Pete's point, was the composure, led an entire drive that basically they could have scored on. The next opportunity he gets, to your reps comment, he's going to get in the end zone next time. But I know that I'm skipping over the wide receivers right now.
Hey, it's fine.
I think we're going to see a little more of them over these next 2 weeks. But the idea of him challenging Goff had never even crossed my mind.
Why?
Yeah.
What a huge blessing that could be, because we've talked all offseason about Hutch and Panay going against each other, and the secondary going against Amon-Ra, and trying to build these linebackers up, having to deal with these running backs. If we could have a legitimate quarterback battle where Goff is really trying to pick his game up, and Hendon Hooker has the confidence, wow, I'm pushing the number one, I don't even know what to say about that, because that gets me excited. I hadn't even thought about that. I can't believe I never did. I'm just assuming that Hendon's the number two, but I think that they had that issue in Green Bay 2 different times over the last 2 decades, and if we can have that problem here in Detroit, this is a whole new, brand new look.
Talking about the...
You see what I did there?
Yeah, I see you. You're going to come around.
Talking about the BNL, the brand new Lions. One thing about the Detroit Lions, we know what their strength is. It's the offensive line. Last night, starters didn't play, so you didn't see Frank Ragnow, you didn't see Taylor Decker, and you didn't see everybody's favorite, lovable right tackle, Panay Sewell. But you did see the second team. They didn't look good.
They struggled.
They struggled. They struggled in the pass protection. They struggled in the run game as well. Is that something that scares you? Because the Lions have been they've had depth at that position in the last 2 years. That's what allowed them to be so good in the run, which allowed them to be so good in pass pro. A couple moves in the offseason, a couple injuries here and there. I didn't like what I saw of the second team. Is that a worry, or am I reaching too much?
Well, Big Z is out, so we weren't going to really see him today anyway. You look at a guy in Mahogany who was supposed to be a 3rd-round pick. He slips towards the end of the draft. It's a guy that has like a 3-inch longer leg than the other one. No jokes there, guys. But right now, he's not even at practice, okay? He's not at practice right now because from what I'm gathering, it sounds a lot like Darren Waller.
Oh,
I'm not going to expand on that.
Don't say that.
I
Who
hate
is this?
This is Mahogany. So there are some deeper health concerns that sound very similar to what we've heard with Darren Waller. I'm not going to expand on that. But now you got a guy in, I call him Manu Ginobili, in Gio Manu, who gave up 6 straight pressures or sacks at one point last night.
Yeah,
now, this is a project. This is a guy that we're not expecting to be a contributor this year. And I do imagine that if one of these guys comes up, Sorsdale got moved to tackle, so he's going to struggle a little bit. We have one of the top, if not the best, offensive line. And if we have a guy that goes down for 3 weeks and you insert one of these guys in that offensive line, they're not going to struggle like we saw the second unit struggle last night.
Right.
But it is absolutely a concern, Bray, because as a unit, they struggled heavily.
Yeah.
So if we have more than one injury for more than a couple weeks, this could be a real problem.
Almost feels like every offensive lineman that played got a penalty last night, or they gave up pressure, so that's not good. It wasn't all bad last night, though. A big area of concern for the Detroit Lions has been the field goal kicker. Well, yesterday, your man Jake Bates,
big leg,
54,
1 kick, it goes through. That's saying something because 53. That's saying something because I think he's been roughly around 70% so far in camp, hasn't been consistent. This is good to see a kick go through for Maz. That's Maz's favorite position. So it's good to see a kick go through from Jake Bates. I think that is a positive moving into the next round.
Yeah, no doubt. The kicking game is obviously our biggest weakness. As bad as our secondary was last year, we just didn't even want to kick the ball last season. And I know that's their style of play, but having a good kicker in your back pocket really takes a lot of pressure off of this offense. To be able to get one against a real opponent in a real game situation, you can go 70, you can go 99% in practice. But I know a lot of people that hit a lot of jumpers in practice.
Yeah.
So hitting one in the game is going to do wonders for his confidence. Obviously, he's been doing it all summer long in the USL or UFL, whatever they call that league. This is a huge deal for them because we don't want a battle for kicker through the preseason. If they're deciding on kicker a few days before the start of the season, Lions are in a little bit of trouble.
You know the one thing about that comparison, Pete? I mean, not Pete, but Anson, is you can shoot till you make it get hot in basketball. We won't have time for you to kick until you make one. Pete, what you have to say?
Well, I was going to you and I also talked about this off the air after the show yesterday. I just didn't know if you wanted to maybe
who do you think? Who do you guys think? Right now, I'm going to go around the room. I'll start with Pete. Pete, who's going to be the MVP in the NFL this year?
I'm dealing with issues. Probably you want to avoid me right now. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll avoid Pete. We'll start with JJ. Who's going to be MVP in the league this
MVP of the NFL? Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head,
Off the top
of my head, really no thought put into it. I could easily see Mahomes getting it this year.
Taking the easy route. He's going Patrick Mahomes.
That's really not an easy route, though, if you really think about it.
KG.
Yeah. All right, well, since he's going the easy route, I might take the little bit of a harder route, man. What about...
Don't say Jared Goff, I'll fight you.
No, of course not. Of course
I'll
not.
come. We'll be in the booth scrapping.
Come on now. I'm a realistic fan.
Kinda.
Well, it's a little biased. Just being real. It's a little bit of bias. But
are you Lions fans?
I wouldn't say Goff MVP just yet. But
Offensive Player of the Year.
I would say C.J. Stroud. I think that he has a real chance to go out there and win it this year. They went out and got him another stud receiver in
Joe Mixon too.
No, Joe Mixon out the backfield, but Stephon Diggs. Yes, they added Stephon Diggs, and I know he's not the Stephon Diggs that we once saw, but still a very, very good receiver in this league.
You add that to Tank and Nico.
Yeah, I was about to say
Tank, Noah
Dale,
Brown
Nico
look
Collins.
amazing. All right.
Yeah.
He's going to have Diggs. He's got so many weapons. He's going to have a healthy two tight ends.
Schultz.
No doubt.
Yeah, they got a good receiving core there. He's going to have a good defense this year, so he's going to get the chance to have the ball a lot, man. And I just like what I saw out of the kid. He could be a sneaky MVP candidate to me.
Don't be trying to change your pick. We'll come back.
I was going to say, if you want the dark horse, I'll tell you the dark horse.
No, you gave one already.
No, I'll tell you after y'all go.
All right. Because
I know none of y'all going to pick it.
We'll see. We'll see. I know who I have. Anson Wells, it's on you, sir.
Man,
there you go, Bray. Sorry about that weight on that.
Oh, no, you're good. Oh, no. Don't show.
Sorry.
Don't show.
You know what? I'm going to say this just so that if it happens, I'm not crushed by it.
Okay.
I don't know. No, I'm not saying Jordan Love. Get out of here, Anson. I think Jalen Hurts is primed for a big season. I don't think that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to go long.
Okay.
But with Saquon in that backfield, considering the way that their season ended, just falling apart, I think that team's going to be ready and primed. Now, again, I don't think that they're going to win as many games. I think that they might be playing from behind in a few, and I think that's going to put Hurts in a position where he's going to be able to put up some video game numbers.
I think people are slipping on how good Devontae Smith is.
I love Devontae Smith.
I think Devontae Smith is probably the most slept-on wide receiver in NFL. You've seen him make some plays last year, 900 yards or so. There's a reason he got paid what he did.
Oh, yeah.
The organization values him, and I think you'll see Jalen Rose and him start to build. Because
Hurts?
You already, excuse me,
I like Jalen Rose too, though.
Jalen Hurts.
What's up, Jalen?
What's up to Jalen Rose? Jalen Hurts and Devontae will start to build a relationship because AB and Jalen, they're a little bit of bumping heads. It's more of a I need you situation more than a friendship. Watch Devontae because I've been watching him in the offseason. My God, Jalen Hurts it's not a bad one.
Yeah,
and I think they're going to be the team in the NFC the Lions need to pay the most attention to.
And if Swift had come in there and ingratiated himself to the team, he'd still be there.
Probably.
Okay, he's a hometown guy. They went out and got him. Through the first 8 weeks, he was amazing.
Yeah.
Now you get a guy in Saquon who's glue. I mean, they did not want to lose him in New York. If you've been watching Hard Knocks, it was basically only Joe Shane that wanted to get rid of him because he was exhausted from the negotiations from the year prior. Saquon has a lot, and he's been just sitting and rotting in one of the worst offenses in the league. He's going to blow up, and it's going to give Hurts a lot more area. Now, I know Stick hates when I pronounce it this way, but Dallas Gooey Dirt has been lighting up training camp. I think that Goddard, with the 2 wide receivers, with the running back, with an already spectacular team, one of the best in the NFC and the NFL, I think that Hurts is in a position not only being angry on how last season ended, but having all the skill and all the weapons around him to, again, put those video game numbers up.
Safe to say we know who Anson put the early money on to win the Super Bowl, the Philadelphia Eagles. No.
It's not winning games.
It's just a joke. Don't take it that serious, sir. Just a joke.
No love for the Eagles.
I will tell you who I think, and it's a very easy one. It's Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow will be this year's MVP, and I will tell you why when we get back from commercial break, because we have the NFL's early odds on MVP of the 2024 season. First, let's pay some bills. Let's get a message in from the Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan. Join the best youth football league in Metro Detroit. The Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan's 3C Sports League offers youth ages 5 to 14 exciting chances up to 6 teams in 5 different cities around metropolitan Detroit. All coaches are trained, certified, and they undergo background checks, so your kid will be taken care of, he or she, because we do have a cheer program as well. Register at bgcsm.org. And now a message from Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. Fitness that fits into your budget. With over 50 locations in metropolitan Detroit, it is the #1 gym in the state, and they are Planet Fitness. They have a squeaky clean gym, and they feature the total body workout, 30-minute workout, and the sleeper thing about Planet Fitness is every membership comes with a trainer. That's right. Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supplies has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
The any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Right now, more than ever, and I should say, if you are dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 and make your dreams come true.
Well, we know our internet today is not awesome, but we know that awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. And that's Lady Jane's Haircut for Men. Stop in, sit back, and relax. Let one of our amazingly talented Lady Jane's stylists make you look and feel absolutely great. You can walk anytime, 7 days a week. It's Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
It is wicked awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Anson that said the internet wasn't bad. It wasn't me. It was Anson. Remember that. No, I'm just messing with you. The reason why I asked you guys who you guys thought was going to be MVP, because we have the NFL early MVP odds as they are slated. Patrick Mahomes is who you said.
I was gonna say,
you have a
you
have a
gotta
sleeper?
remember though, you came to me first, like off the top of it.
This is true.
So
you changing?
Not even really changing, but more so like now that I can really put some thought
I'll let
into
you
it.
get to,
Since I was able
We'll
to
let you change. You got some time.
I was
What
gonna
do
say
you got?
Josh Allen.
Because
what you call it? If you really think about
Hell nah.
What, thrown to Khalil Shakir?
No, really think about it. Josh
Keon Coleman.
No, look, really think about it.
Dalton
Before
Schultz.
Stephon
not
Diggs
Dalton.
got there, Josh Allen didn't really have too many notable receivers, and he was still making do with what he had. So Josh Allen is a player that he's one of those players that I see he can make, like I said, he can do with like less than most quarterbacks would need, because he has more of those intangibles that a lot of quarterbacks don't. So I think he'll still be producing numbers. He got a player like Keon Coleman that I think he gonna really find a way to use. And then then the AFC East, where they still we're fighting deep into the playoff run, late into the season. So
this is where I disagree with you. The Buffalo Bills won't be the same Buffalo Bills this year. In fact, they'll be the same Buffalo Bills in the sense that they descend every year, and they've been doing it for the last 5 years since they went to the AFC Championship. I like Keon Coleman as a wide receiver. I think he's going to be a pretty good player in this league. To make him my premier wide receiver, to say this is what I have going into the season and I'm going to win MVP, I just can't do it. The magic that Josh Allen had, it was when Brian Daboll was there. Brian Daboll was the offensive coordinator. That's when they were the best version of themselves. This new this new offense under Joe Moorhead, who was at Penn State with he was actually there with Saquon Barkley. He's going to try to take the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. Like, they feel that was an issue for them. You put the ball in his hands, you leave it in there, you get interceptions, you get a lot of bad throws, and then you got him trying to play Superman ball, running, things of that nature. That's when you get the turnovers. Buffalo's not that same Buffalo.
That's more so what it is. If he got I more so look at it as if he makes.
They're going to run the ball more with James Cook, I think, this season, which takes the ball away from him.
He can have a Carson Wentz lightning in a bottle type year.
Okay, we'll see.
That's really how I look at it.
I see the Bills and the Cowgirls both being teams that everyone's kind of penciling in this year.
This is true.
What's happened to both of these teams, I think that both of them are squarely on the borderline of the playoffs. Dallas is getting older and is going to be gone, but replacing him with a guy in Keon Coleman that you're hoping is going to catch 90 balls, I don't see that happening. In fact, I think that Shakir...
No, but yeah, you're looking at a rookie receiver in Keon Coleman. While he may be good, he's somebody I had questions about. He's got a big body, but he's not very fast. So Relying on him as your number one target, not really sure about that. They haven't been great in the run game. They lost a lot on defense. You do have Dalton Kincaid at the tight end, who is nice, but I just don't see it with Josh Allen, man. And while he's great, he just got that gunslinger mentality to where, it's all or nothing with him. And like you said, he plays hero ball a lot. He runs, so that causes injury issue. They kind of lost the magic to the offense.
Let's stop beating up on the man Josh Allen, and let's put those odds up there and see who has the best odds. Here we go. And you might I think you could have – I think your dark horse has to be Brock Purdy and Aaron Rodgers.
See, for me, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Has a good year, saying to win that, saying he wins the AFC East.
Put up some fantastic stats because of his surrounding cast. The Purdy thing, Purdy's going to have to put up some real. You've got a running back that can do so very much. My dark horse, and I know he's not that far down the list, but Anthony Richardson, and he's just on the bottom of that list that we showed up there.
So you just crapped on Brock Purdy, and you mentioned Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson is a guy that
you could donate that to me.
But Anthony,
if you want to go that case, in any case, my dark horse is Bryce Young. That's my dark horse. If you're gonna sit here and say Anthony Richardson, then my dark horse is Bryce Young. If we just throwing names out there.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Hendon Hooker. Why not throw him out there?
Right.
So when Indy wins their division, which could happen, 100% could happen, you have a guy that could end up having 900 yards on the ground and 3,000 yards in the air, and he could have 40 all-purpose touchdowns. So when I'm looking at these guys down there, I want to see somebody that kind of changes everything for
I want to
team.
see him play a game.
Right, he got to stay healthy.
Like how
how
are we throwing these numbers out there? He hasn't finished the NFL game.
Don't shoot the messenger.
A dark horse has to be somebody that legitimately has a shot, but doesn't have necessarily a top 7, top 6.
You don't think that he can put up Lamar Jackson numbers this year if he stays healthy?
If C.J. Stroud didn't win the MVP last year of what he did, Anthony Richardson's not going to do it this year.
Okay.
100% no.
They don't give those awards to rookies.
They don't give those awards to anyone.
Deserving CJ
you got to earn it.
We just saw Wemby not get the Defensive Player of the Year. What I'm saying is this team is being kind of counted out already. That's the Bengals division. That's Burrow's division.
Right.
So if this guy can step in and be able to take this team and win 11 or 12, he will have done so putting up, again, I'm going to go back to those video game statistics. This guy has an opportunity to really win fantasy championships for people and along the way win 11 or 12 games. Now, I'm talking dark horse. This ain't my pick.
That's not a dark horse. A dark horse has to have some type of understanding. Like when I say Brock Purdy's been to back-to-back NFC championship. You understand his cachet. You know that he's going to have a good year, but he's not going to have a better year than Mahomes. Probably not have a better year than than Burrow. Probably not have a better year than C.J. Stroud. But you know that it's there. Anthony Richardson, we don't even know that it's there. You're basically saying he has to have a Lamar Jackson season. Like when Lamar won the MVP, that type of year. 3K passing. Even, Lamar had 600, 700 rushing.
Lamar's second year.
But look what his defense was.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And Indy is going to be in a spot where they're going to have to put a lot of points up on the board to stay in ball games.
Yeah.
But mind you, this guy's got a really nice support system there. They've got 3 wide receivers. I know they just lost Josh Downs, but Alec Pierce is a baller. Adonai Mitchell, I think, top 3, top 5 wide receivers to come out in this class. You guys are going to see that. And you got one of the top 3 or 4 running backs in the league right now in Jonathan Taylor. All I'm saying, Ed, is if this guy wins 13 games and if Brock Purdy wins 13 games, you're going to see a whole different set of statistics and then surprise from the Colts. It'll be status quo for San Francisco.
All right, Pete, I'm going to throw you up here.
Yes, sir.
Your dark horse. Who's your dark horse? Is your camera up? Is it back up?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There you go.
There's Pete working so hard. Everybody shows some love for my man Pete.
Over there struggling, man.
Pistol Pete boy going through, boy. He's sweating like Hook in church.
It's been a rough day, guys.
Sorry, Pete.
But we appreciate you, man.
No. You guys,
I got you.
Yeah. Do you mind? Yeah. Sorry, my friend.
No, it is all good. But those are the MVP odds so far. KG, you got something to add?
I mean, it's crazy to call this man
Justin Herbert.
No, I don't believe in that just yet. But it does look like he'll be playing better in the years to come. It's crazy to call this man a dark horse, seeing that he's won it back-to-back years. But Lamar Jackson, man, I feel like Lamar could three-peat here. He's somebody that finally has a reliable run game.
Mahomes won the year before.
You're right.
Two.
But he
does have two. You're right.
But I mean, he could go for a third here, man. If Derrick Henry can stay healthy this year, man, you still.
Dad with Tourette said that in the chat.
Yeah,
he said Lamar should be the favorite.
You still have damn, you made me forget the name. Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman might be coming back. Mark Andrews. Yeah, that offense still looks primed to go. And if Derrick Henry can stay healthy, I think he can definitely stake a claim for MVP again for the third time.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, I think for Lamar Jackson will have to have a special year. And the reason why I say that, last year he won, it wasn't necessarily a special year. Mm-hmm. He won because he beat Brock Purdy head up.
True.
Like, whoever would have won that game was going to win, in my estimation, because I think if Brock Purdy beats Lamar Jackson at that point, he catapults Dak.
Yeah.
And Dak won't have a win like that. So, 100%. He didn't have a great year, and they gave it to him. He's going to have a great year because you're going to have a lot of the writers and a lot of people that will vote for it saying, we're tired of giving him the award when he can't close in the AFC Championship game. And I think a lot of people will hold that against him. He's going to have to put up one of those years where you're looking at him wearing number 8 in Louisville. I think that's it. That was a bad man right there.
Yeah, one of the baddest ever.
Yeah, he's when you talk about highlights and things, he put some people in a blender.
Absolutely.
He put some people in a blender.
Crazy.
Let's do this. Let's take a commercial break. Let's get back on track, man. We got some more on this list. Some things that I want to talk about. Things I want to talk about with you guys. Let's pay some bills. I think we're gonna go to KG and get Guardian Alliance.
Dr. Pierce.
Yeah. You said Dr. Pierce?
Yeah, my friend.
All right. Well, don't got to read, but come on, it's Dr. Pierce, man. It's the good doctor.
You know who
man.
he is.
Yes, the doctor that D-Mac and Braylon trust, man. Every day he comes on Tuesdays on Big D Energy, Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Trust the doctor that they trust, man. He's giving you all your sports insider injury news and updates. So check in with Dr. Pierce, who is offices is also powered by MRI of Southfield.
And Premier Pet, my friend.
And Premier Pets, give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply, been in business for over 30 years, man, and they got everything that your pet needs, man. Cats, dogs, birds, you name it, they got it, man. So multiple locations within Metro Detroit, so make sure you're stopping into a Premier Pet Supply today.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda. A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Crispy chicken and pizza is what they do best, talking about Soroki's all over metropolitan Detroit. They double how many stores they had last year already. But the Nashville Hot is back. You got to go check it out. It's the pizza, it's the tender, it's the chicken tender sandwich, as well as the fries. And don't forget about those biscuits. Don't forget about those biscuits. Jay, you over there laughing. Something's hilarious. I can't wait to find out what it is. But go to Soroki's, get the biscuits, get the chicken. It's crispy at some point.
You didn't see it. He was eating some Soroki's during the break. So, but
the salad side.
Listen, when you run a business for over 50 years, a fantastic business, your next move is you expand and you offer more products to more people, and that is exactly what Les Stanford has done by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust for so many years. On Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford Chevrolet.
Together, let's drive.
That's right.
Some funny comments going on in that chat. Huh? They call Anson the Gestapo. I believe is that a French police officer?
No, bro. I just looked it up.
They on my haircut again?
It's like
they hate the hair.
Like,
you close enough. You close enough.
Bro,
I'll tell you.
Military cat, like back in the. Okay, I got you.
Bro, oh my God.
Corn and Blue crying in the chat again.
I didn't even.
Oh, who was it? You know who it was?
I'm sure it's Corn and Blue.
It was a dude named JS. JS, you just want a comment of the month. Yeah, you just want a comment of the month.
God.
That literally just had me crying, bro.
Keep watching, JS.
So I was gonna talk about just saying. I was gonna talk about this one. Apparently, since 2022, the Detroit Big Four. But I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to start the season off with more negativity. I feel like we've been negative the all off season. I feel like we talked about the Red Wings almost making it to the playoffs. Talked about the Tigers and the roller coaster ride, and then we talked about those sorry ass Detroit Pistons. But they have seemed to get better and get some stability with Trajan Langdon now being in the front office. So we won't talk anymore about that. We've done it enough. What I do want to talk about is former Lion Tracy Walker signed. He's one of the staple players for the Detroit Lions since he's been, while he was here. Guy that stepped up in an area that we needed the most, Tracy Walker. And I bring it to you like this. Are there Lions players that play here that leave that you still cheer for? Because Tracy Walker played at a time where the Lions were coming up, but I like the effort he gave. I like when he was talking. And he gave that energy that you want. He was a Detroit grit type guy. Do you cheer for some guys that are no longer playing with the Honolulu Blue and Silver?
Certainly.
Yeah. Okay.
It depends on how they leave, of course, and it depends on how they played while they were here. That guy left it all on the field all the time. Wasn't the greatest safety.
No,
we
not
weren't
at all.
the greatest team when we needed him.
And it's fair.
He gave us everything that we needed during that time. Now, this is a guy, exactly for that reason, I thought that the Lions probably should have brought him back for depth, for familiarity, for some glue. But now my concern isn't the skill set that he takes to San Francisco. It's the knowledge. Mm-hmm. It's the understanding of this franchise, what we're trying to do defensively as a team, and even to a lesser degree of what we do offensively as a team. This is really just a spy that ended up going to our biggest rival in the NFL right now.
KG, Jay Green, got to get you guys in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Are there any players used to play with the Lions that you still rock with or you follow when they left?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, give me a couple.
Well, Quandre Diggs is one, man. He was always did good by the city, was a really good player when he was here. Darius Slay, of course, man.
Slay, that's a big one.
I'm still hurt about that trade, man. Like Darius.
Now, Patricia.
No reason for either of those.
No
deals.
reason, man. Just because you didn't like how a guy approached you and all that, man. And you kind of disrespected the man, just being outright honest about it. But he's somebody that's always, even though he left, he gave love to the city. He was even mad at the fans when they booed Matt Stafford when they came here.
True.
You know, just because of how Detroit he was, and during that era of Lions football, how engaged he was as a cornerback, man. But there's always favorites, you know, that come and go. Tracy Walker being another one. His first couple Lions years were really good.
Yeah.
And he's somebody that, you know, kind of after that injury, he never really recaptured what he had, and then they also had to let him go because of his contract number.
Okay.
It was a little too high. But to your point, Anson, that's somebody that I would have loved to come back as a depth piece, just to have something extra in that safety room. We do have a really good safety room, but I don't think he would have hurt, especially at a cheaper number.
Yeah.
Pete, I got 2 for you, and I'm going to let you jump in.
Sure.
I'm going to let you jump in. I got 2 for, or I'm going to got 2 for you. You'll be excited. One Maz would love. It's Matt Prater. Yeah. It's Matt Prater with the big leg, man. We're still struggling for a kicker.
I mean, yeah.
We are still looking for a kicker.
Do he still got it, though? I haven't watched him
not
in
now,
Arizona.
but I'm saying when he left.
Yeah.
I'm saying when he left. That was the beginning of the Dan Campbell era. Now
That's
we know
true,
they did things right. Matt Prater still could kick. He went on and had a heck of a year. I think he made the Pro Bowl that following year with the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
Had
Yeah,
a couple
yeah,
big
yeah.
legs, big kicks. Last year I think he struggled, but Matt Prater was a guy I'm like,
yeah.
Why did we
let
have,
that guy go?
Why do we have the best kickers and best return men in the league on the worst Lions team?
And now we don't have either.
Man.
Well, Khalif Raymond is
he's
a tweener punt returner.
But I mean,
yeah, to your point,
he's not doing Mel Gray stuff out there.
No, he's not. Or Desmond or Mel Gray. Yeah, Mel Gray was cold.
Mel Farr, superstar.
100%.
Don't forget about him.
Nah, that's back in the day. He was the first
Right.
one that realized you can get that money off the field. He said, "You own those dealerships. The hell with this."
Joel, you know who
NFL
Mel Farr
money."
was?
Superstar, baby.
Mel Farr, superstar.
Yeah.
No, I never.
I tell you
heard
the
of
funny stuff he did. What Mel Farr did, when he implemented, he would put chips in the cars. So he's rent these cars out. When you wouldn't pay that lease,
Yep.
when you wouldn't pay that note,
Kill switch.
don't you know they'll kill the switch?
Oh,
But they don't
yeah.
kill it on the freeway, so
Yeah.
you crash. Once you stop, beep,
It's
and
over.
kill it. You can't do nothing about it. That was genius.
Yeah, it was. Ahead of his
Hey,
time.
you know he was dealing with some brothers.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Most
Most definitely. Hey, that dealership was only around for a few years, though, man.
I'll
I'll
laugh at
have
that.
it tomorrow.
Yeah.
They were around for a long time. They were number
Yeah.
one dealer. He was number one black-owned car dealership in the country.
I remember the
for
commercial
years.
as a kid, man.
Oh,
Mel
yeah.
Farr
It was the worst
superstar.
graphics ever.
Flying around.
Yeah,
It
man. That
was the
was
worst.
crazy.
So,
It was
Bray,
the worst.
Bray, do we have a fresh Lion to watch out for now? CJGJ?
CJGJ?
I mean, wouldn't he be? I mean, I'd like to see what's
No.
going to happen with him now in the back
I
end
do
of
not
his Lions
like him.
career.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's the way he left.
I'll let you
kinda.
guys dab into that.
He left terribly.
And I'm one of those people that wasn't super hard on CJGJ, but it was kind of like the way he left, how he did in that last NFC Championship game, kind of waving to the crowd, and then of course the series of Lion-esque things that happened afterwards. I just, he endeared himself to the city, and what he gave us a spark, man. I feel like, these younger corners that we have now in Rakestraw and Arnold, they bring that swag that CJGJ tried to bring here. A lot of people got mad at the ski mask thing. I thought it was cool personally. Give a little personality to the city, man. It's something that defense had been missing for a very long time.
0-1 in ski mask games.
Yeah, that's but they should have won that Seahawks game. They were up. They just
You're not
kind of gave
lying.
it away at the end. I was in the building for that.
Hey,
that was, to me, the loudest Ford Field game up until the playoff game later that year.
I will say this, Jay, and I'm gonna let you jump in. I will say this. I'm glad they let the ski masks go.
You think so?
I'm glad they let the ski masks go because they got
thought it
popped
was
in
dope,
them.
man.
I'm glad that they let them go because they could have did. They could have done when they win the home game. Wear the ski mask. Wear it. Then don't wear it when you lose. Once you lose one time, it's an over thing.
It's over.
Because all you're going to do is get clowned. Or you're going to do what Seattle did. They're going to sneak in there and get a ski mask after they beat you and throw it on. So I was glad they didn't put it back on.
That first game was really crucial to that, though. If they had won that game or maybe won it in a convincing
And the guy who made us wear the hats didn't get hurt.
Could have kept it going.
I
agree.
promise you would have been here to stay, man. But like I said, it was just, I just didn't like the backlash from a lot of people saying, oh, well, people, they put ski masks on the right places. It's not a good look. Like, I didn't think it was that deep. It was more of a culture type deal. You know?
100%.
I used to put it on to ski.
Yeah.
You wasn't putting that one on, though. That's the one you putting on, and the next thing come out of your mouth is give me all your money. Give me all your bread.
But the ski mask is normalized in today's culture now with the younger crowd, so I don't think it was that bad of a deal.
I don't think so.
I still wear mine when I stream on Whatnot as the Detroit Heckler.
Yeah, you put that on, you scared the hell out of me. Right. We doing this now?
A ski mask.
You about to say, Jay?
You know, what you call when it comes to CJ, at first, like you said, the energy that he brought initially, like, yeah, it was cool. It was like, yeah, we got him here. He's like a good energy that we gonna like use on his team. That he's part of the culture. But then now that I like really like thought about it, like as the season went on, like CJ is a player that we needed to let go, like to make sure we didn't have anybody like showing that like last signs of SOL. Because like if you really think about it, he's like.
He was an eye player.
Even though he wasn't like part of any of those SOL teams, he is like a remembrance of SOL. Like he did plays like that, like in the Seahawks game where he tackled Kenneth Walker and forced the 4th down, but then afterwards pushed him. Like can't afford plays like that. Yeah, like and what you call it? They got a touchdown after that.
Yeah, they did.
So it's like plays like that was like we can't like we like the energy, but can't be doing that. Yeah. Like you spoke on KG, NFC Championship game. Pre-waving at the crowd first half, like, why are you doing it? Then getting stiff-armed through the dirt, like, and then he leaving talking about, like, oh, now y'all want to hate me, all this, da-da-da, talking to the fans and all this.
Same thing he did when he left Philly.
Arguments with Easy.
Same thing he did when he left Philly. Somehow they bring him back, but, I mean, as we've seen with Stafford's comments, if you talk ill on our city, it's not going to be a fair return.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say this about him. I don't think there needs to be hate towards CJ, right? Because there is something there to the energy that he was trying to invigorate. That he actually started, if we want to be honest. And they sparked it when he got here last year, sparked it in the preseason, sparked it with the conversation. We liked the fact that he was going back and forth. He and Micah Parsons. Debo. You got a guy, Debo. You got a guy nationally that's going against some of the better talent. You like, okay, we got one of our guys. My problem is when you can't back it up consistently on the field. Right. Like Jay just talked about, getting stiff arm through the dirt.
Yeah.
Through the dirt and then going back. So, look, it doesn't need to be hate, but at the same time, he's not a part of what we built. No, we don't owe him anything.
Well, I totally agree. My bad, Anson. I'll let you go. But I just wanted to add this real quick. And it's just the fact that he did come back early from that pectoral tear way sooner than he probably should have, man. And he did contribute to the Lions a little bit, man. I know it wasn't great, but the pick when he came back against the Vikings, of course, he had that big pick in the playoff game with Baker Mayfield. After he chirped at Baker Mayfield, he did back it up. So I don't
drop the pass.
Yeah, but I just don't think he deserves to be hated per se. But you know these things happen, man.
I think the most important thing about CD Deuce coming here was the fact that he was the first high-profile free agent that this team has been able to land in a long time.
Yep.
He was so dynamic for Philly 2 years ago that when we got him, even on a one-year deal, everybody here was excited. And then, as you mentioned, Bray, he brought the excitement.
Yeah.
But there couldn't have been a more unfortunate maelstrom of bad circumstances for that guy in week 2. Because not only do you fail in getting that penalty that really kind of contributed to the Seahawks winning that game, but then you get injured while you have all of Detroit ordering these masks. I got a couple buddies that bought like 500 masks.
Yeah, I was
that
looking for
week.
one, man.
What are you going to do with that the next week?
Yeah.
You know, and so like you guys were saying,
on the ski slopes.
Yeah, if they win that game, that hood is taking over all season long.
Yeah.
You're going to see it on the road and at home. You're going to see different colors. Every week, people are going to have their own personalized one. It could have been huge, but it backfired so magnificently that I don't know that he could ever recover, especially without perfect play in the playoffs. Like you said, he had a great game against Tampa Bay, but the San Francisco game,
it was bad.
It spiraled for him, and so he... Between his play, his injury, the things that he tried to do here, but really his just personality, it just didn't jive with the BNL. As you mentioned, Joel, it was far more just a remembrance and kind of a hearkening back to what we were trying to get away from. And we certainly got away from him.
Yeah.
You guys into Chat GPT and this AI and all that stuff? Where you?
Oh, yes.
So you're heavy into it, the new wave that is
Yes, sir.
AI,
Yeah.
like
Yes,
they
sir.
talked about in Terminator. They're gonna come and wipe us out, right? You into that?
Yeah.
Did you know?
Skynet, man.
Y'all into that?
Yeah, man.
You guys know that Terminator is the prequel to the Matrixes, right?
You know, it's a black lady that wrote both of them.
Absolutely. She
Right.
sued the Ferrelli brothers and got a big money.
Nice.
It took her a while. She had to get her story straight. She had
Yep.
some holes in them stories.
Right.
But
Yeah.
she
But
figured it out.
I'm big
But
on AI.
Dive climbing, who we love on your on X. Dive is great.
Shout out.
Still don't know what the hell Dive looks like,
Yeah.
which is great.
He
Did you
got
hear
that weird picture on his ex. You
Somebody
don't know what
tried
he
to
looks like.
buy his account for a good amount of money and he wouldn't sell it. So it's going to be interesting one day when Dive reveals what he looks like or who the hell he is.
I thought he used to be on ESPN.
It's
I thought his name was like Dove Climbing.
It's another. It's Dive.
Yeah, it's Dive Climbing.
Yeah, it's Dive. We'll get back to that.
I think it's pronounced Dive, yeah.
I have no idea who
he
you
has
guys
a-
are talking about right now. Who is this?
It's a sports insider on
Sports
X.
Insider.
He
We use
breaks
that.
football news.
Got you.
He asked AI to predict the 2024 season. Let's put that up and see what he had. Let's see if it's any validity, and let's see if the Lions look good in this.
We'll start here.
Prediction. Here you go. AFC West won by none other than the Chiefs. Let's see. We got the NFC East won by the Cowboys. This is BS. I don't know what the hell.
AI understands the
No, I
Bears,
mean-
though. I'll give them that.
It could happen, but they'll just choke in the first round like they always do.
It gave. Also, it doesn't like the Bears.
The Lions 11-6.
New
I guess
Orleans,
a tougher division.
They got New Orleans winning the division. They
That's
have that much
interesting.
faith in Derek Carr. They got Baker Mayfield going 8-9.
Don't forget they got Spencer Rattler down there in New
Here's
Orleans.
the
So
NFC West.
if Derek Carr mess up,
NFC West.
Rattler been
49ers,
looking good,
12-5.
too.
He's got.
And here's the AFC.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't.
Oh
Dolphins,
man,
okay.
he's got the Jets in a tie.
I just don't believe in the Jets, but
He's got the Bengals. I
Cincinnati.
told you, hey, they're 12-5.
Who was the other
Yeah.
team that they tied, though?
Well,
I
that's
didn't
the
see
other thing.
another
I'm trying to find that.
I don't think this is that far off.
You know,
think it's
except
fine.
for only one team with a tie.
There's
Yeah.
no team. There's no other team with a tie.
That's funny.
Oopsie AI.
I think the interesting thing here is that he has the Dolphins winning the AFC East. He has the Bengals over the Ravens. Do me a favor, go back to the NFC.
And
Oh,
no one
this one?
winning
Hang on, this
13
one?
games.
That's one more AFC. Excuse
This
me.
one. Yep. This one.
Yeah, this is.
That's the NFC West.
I think San Fran wins 11, but yeah, it's Rams or 49ers by a game. So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with this.
And
per
I
se.
do think Arizona would be improved. I don't think they'll make the playoffs, so that would be what that would look like.
I think a team wins 13 games this year. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one doesn't have any games winning or any teams winning 13 and
Yeah.
only one tie.
There's
So they
only a
tied
couple
themselves.
teams that had that opportunity, though. There's only maybe two teams that could do it based on schedules and how good they are. I don't know. He still got. He
Not
had
the worst.
He had the Cowboys winning that AFC and the NFC East.
It could happen though, but like they always choke in the playoffs. It don't matter what they do in the regular season.
No one has won back-to-back NFC East titles in 11 years.
Wow.
Makes sense because they were the struggle division for a long time. Now it's not so bad, but yeah.
And the Cowboys
it was
won
bad for a while.
last year. So if you're looking at history, probably not going to win this year.
Could the Redskins, or excuse me, the
You better watch
commies,
yourself.
could the commies take that
They could.
that division?
Jaden Daniels, man. I don't believe in Dan Quinn as a coach, but they got weapons over there, man.
Yeah, they do.
Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin still there.
Scary
with
Terry.
Jaden Daniels, man. They
Is
could.
Curtis Samuel still there?
And they got Eckler over there too.
No, he's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh yeah, they did get Eckler. Yeah.
They got rid of Curtis Samuel in the offseason. He is no longer there. And the commies are dead.
I think so too. I think so too.
Let's hope.
I think it's Philly's division.
Speaking of Philly, quarterback Nick Foles retires. He's
Spartan.
done with
Right.
the NFL.
Greatest
Spartan.
backup ever.
Spartan guy that you guys take credit for. He's really an Arizona guy.
Hey, he
Right.
wore a Spartan uniform.
He's
In
really
fact,
an
there's a heck of a
Arizona
photo
Let it go.
with
Let
a
it
whole
go.
bunch of NFL quarterbacks together wearing that beautiful
Y'all
green
still
and
cutting
white.
Keon Coleman, aren't y'all?
Of course.
He's Florida
I ain't
State
gonna
guy.
lie, Keon Coleman played
He's
one
Florida
good
State
year with
guy.
us. He played most of his years with us.
This
He
is
played
true,
one
but he
year
had
for
his
Florida State.
best year with Florida State.
True.
Well,
'Cause
normally
he
your
wasn't
last
no
year
Jaden
in
Reed,
college
though.
is your best year.
That played a big
said
part.
Unless you're normally your last year in college is your best year unless you're Caleb Williams.
Yeah, but like I said though, he ain't had Jaden Reed. If I ain't gonna lie, if Jaden Reed wasn't there,
Right.
that second Keon Coleman year, he would have went way crazier.
Can
Because
we
he
talk,
still went crazy that year.
can
I'm
we
just
talk
saying,
about Drake May and Joe Milton real fast?
Just go ahead.
I didn't see it on here, but since we're talking about quarterbacks and young guys, like they got a real situation over there.
Drake May? In terms of what?
He's getting outplayed heavily by Milton.
We knew what it was. Like, the Patriots are the dumbest organization in football. We knew what they've been trending towards the last couple of years. They've sucked in the draft. Bill Belichick was for as great as he was during his stretch run. Last 4 years, he's handicapped. Last 7 years, he's handicapped the New England Patriots in terms of their personnel, in terms of their drafting. Now you got Robert Kraft trying to recreate Patriot magic and going on making Gerard Mayo the head coach. That wasn't the right move. Yeah. And then you double down on idiocracy, and you don't trade the pick. You're trying to build a team. You don't have enough to draft a Drake May. You don't have enough weapons. You don't have enough pieces. All that's going to end up happening is you're going to throw him out there in the fire. He's going to get obliterated, and it's going to destroy his chances, just like every other quarterback in the 2021 draft. And that's what they did with him. They should have traded the pick, got value for the pick, allowed somebody else to take Drake May, and then rebuild your squad. You know what you could have got that second overall pick? You could have got a haul.
King's ransom.
Look at what the Bears did with the
they were trying to give up 17, their second-round pick, and another second-round pick next year. It wasn't enough. I don't get it. Just to move back a handful.
They're 5 years away.
Yeah,
which is terrible considering the pick they had this year. True. And how you're getting so much value for these picks in this NFL today. They're 5 years away.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think Robert Kraft just really wanted a quarterback, man. He's really trying to reset. Should they have reached on Drake May? Absolutely not, man. Especially he has no weapons. They cut Juju Smith-Schuster today. I heard in camp that he was dropping a lot of passes and things of that nature coming from the fan
knew he
base.
Was done when he did the chair challenge.
Yeah.
Remember the chair challenge he did when everybody was doing the crates.
Yeah, the crate.
It was a crate challenge. Walk up and then walk all the way down. When he did that right before camp with the Steelers and busted his you know what, I said, nah, Juju's done. Yeah. Juju on the beat no more.
He's never been the guy. And it's crazy he got a ring with the Chiefs, but
he played with Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly.
It comes
got
with
a charity ring.
He got charity. He absolutely was the best wide receiver on the team.
Yeah, he had almost 1,000 yards.
He was.
Almost 1,000 yards. But once again,
the ball was thrown to him that got them to win.
Patrick Mahomes can make a bum look good.
No, for real.
You know, I'd ask how you can go from the greatest dynasty in NFL history to the worst team in the NFL, but I already know the answer, and I'm not a huge fan of it. And that would be Tom Brady.
What happened with that is Patrick Mahomes got paid because he signed with the Chiefs. The Chiefs didn't pay him much when he got there. Talking about Juju?
No, I'm talking about New England being the best franchise in history.
Arrogance.
And then going from top to the absolute bottom. And I know what it is. And the answer is a Wolverine. And it is Tom Brady. Period.
What?
It's also
It's Bill Belichick's fault.
No. I'm saying that's why they won.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why they're not good anymore because he's gone.
Yeah.
Well, also too, it's arrogance. It's arrogance, and you don't have everybody on the same page. Like, would the Lions have built the same page, or would the Chiefs have the same page? See, they were on the same page, but it was by tyrannical force. Like Bill Belichick was like, let me rock this. They tolerated Bill Belichick because he was winning. So when he starts to make these dumb trades, like getting rid of people, you're ignoring it because his track record. When he starts drafting players that you don't understand, when he starts taking special teams players in the second round, and you're like, all right, it's Bill Belichick. You let him have it. You let him do it his way. You let him get rid of Brady. Brady didn't want to stay. Gronk didn't want to retire. Richard Seymour just made the Hall of Fame. He didn't want to leave New England.
Yeah.
They let him leave, and he goes to the Raiders. Like, this has been a track record, and eventually it just caught up with him, and Robert Kraft was already too far behind the 8-ball.
Right.
Like, they don't know how to run that building.
Yeah.
He did everything from hiring people, front office people, coaches, players. His fingerprint is on everything at Gillette Stadium and everything in Foxborough.
And for a long time, he thought that the system couldn't be beat, that the system was greater than the parts that made it up. And eventually, like you said, Tom Brady walks out the door and it crumbles, man. You had Matt Patricia back there looking like maybe he was a good defensive coordinator. That wasn't true. Yeah, you know, everybody that's left the Belichick tree has not succeeded. You think that it's a reason for that.
Lane Kiffin hanging up, man. Like,
right.
Not Lane Kiffin. Excuse me.
He's entertaining though. Like,
I like Lane Kiffin. I was talking about Josh McDaniels. Like, don't try it again.
Over.
Did you see?
He was bad in Denver. I don't know how he got another
shot. He's like, don't try this again.
Did you see the Raiders owner's girlfriend?
First of all, do you see the Raiders owner?
Yeah. But did you see his girlfriend who's about to have a baby?
Money do a lot of things.
She's a smoke show.
Money do a lot of things.
You know how much money he has?
Right. I hope she's not. his hairstylist, man, because that's
how it
the worst
started.
haircut of all time.
No. He's not getting anything else.
He needs to come to Lady Jane's bad.
Nah, he just needs to hang it up.
Yeah.
Like, he just needs to go off. And
He's not a good
disappear
owner,
little bit.
man.
Speaking of Lady Jane's, one more commercial break. We'll come back with the rest of the show and get you guys to your weekend. Let's get over to Guardian Alarm.
And what happens when you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house? It tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
That Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts, 24/7 professional monitoring, and technology backed by people. These people have been proven to care, and this technology has been proven to work. So call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Also, right now, more than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed, and Swiss Insurance will make sure that your carrier is not slipping in those extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698, or visit SwissINS.com. We'll be right back, folks.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! The Ally Challenge presented by McLaren is back August 22nd through 25th at Warwick Hills and Grand Blanc. Be there for PGA Tour Champions Golf, Family Night, concerts, and more. Tickets start at just $15. Get yours at allychallenge.com today.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Any Lady Jane's haircuts for men, and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's haircuts for men, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
How would y'all like to play the University of Michigan golf course with said Braylon Edwards? Of course you would, man. But it's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today, and you can round off a group with 4 people in it. Not going to say that. At woodwardsports.com, or you can scan the QR code on the screen to register. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. It is Randy Wise Automotive.
Law issues are scary stuff. Child custody, divorce, visitation. You got to give Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham a call, because they're going to have your back. They got 10 plus years of experience, and they are available 24/7 to you. Make sure you scan the QR code when you see it. It's not up there right now, but you can give them a call at 248-971-0476. Make sure that you say Woodward Sports sent you, and they will take care of that filing fee for you. KDK Law, they do have your back.
Before we finish up today, a couple thoughts. One, we do appreciate everybody that stayed with us through the technical difficulties. Look, there's a time when there's human error, user error, and there's time when it's the equipment. It's the technical. Today wasn't user error. So, Pete, we appreciate everything that you did.
I appreciate it,
100%, as well as KG. We appreciate you guys getting us back on track. It was not user error. System crashed. Crashed twice. We're here, but you guys stuck with us. We appreciate you, and that's why we stay here and try to give you the best show that we could. Anson, what were we talking about in the interim? We were just talking about something off air.
We kind of talked about Joe Milton and
bringing it back to
talking about. We were talking New England and quarterbacks. And,
we were talking about Canada and Brazil.
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah. That's what we were talking about.
Correct. Some beach volleyball.
The real event.
Show.
You guys haven't been watching beach volleyball. The Canadian team is tremendous. And then the Brazilian team, they're there every year, whether they're playing against Misty Man, Kerry Walsh, whether they're playing against that China team in Tokyo that was really good, or they're playing against Canada. I'm doubting, and I'm not doubting for mannish ways.
Oh, okay.
I'm not doubting for the mannish ways.
Yeah, okay.
Wink.
Right.
It was actually a good sport, man. I love back in the day, Misty May, Kerry Walsh. You used to see all the Team USA basketball guys would go down to the sand, as they call it. I'm watching the finals, man. I think I'm dialing in to the last week because the Olympics are off Sunday, correct?
Is it over Sunday?
I believe
so. Yes.
I think closing ceremony is Sunday. I believe Sunday night.
We got a big championship tomorrow, obviously with the boys basketball team. But you know, I just don't understand how a team from Canada is great at beach volleyball. It doesnn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
They have beaches.
Yeah.
That being said, open for like 2 months a year. But
you know what happened is they all go to college.
Well, that being said, it hasn't been beach volleyball that the U.S. guys have been hanging out. It's actually
ping pong.
That's right.
It's table tennis. You're right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, a huge fan.
Yeah. Oh, I got to ask you about our guy Noah Lyles, man. Yeah, man. Let's talk about that
COVID
one, man.
Lyles?
Yeah, man.
That's cap.
Poor DePaul Pierce, man. The wheelchair antics, man.
And you saw the way he came in before the race?
Yeah.
Man, he got COVID quick, huh?
Don't do all that. And listen, you knew you had COVID.
Did he though?
Yeah, because
he had to.
He found out, and he chose to still race.
Still let him race.
2 days ago, that was a big question. 2 days ago, he found out. Well, yesterday it would have been 2 days ago. So 3 days ago,
Lots changing.
They found out. Still chose to run. You know, COVID is like what COVID?
Right.
It's common cold.
100%. So they still allowed him to. You came out with all that energy, all that dancing, all that yada, rah, which you did, and you won in 100. So no problem. But when you get third, see, it's not like you started off the race and we could just see that there was something wrong, that there was something off. You came out lethargic in the intro.
Yeah.
You finished 8th, or you ran a time that was something you could have ran when you were in high school.
Yeah.
No, you ran a 19.70. You ran the entire race. You let Tobogo get out there, and you had to exert too much, and it was too late. And oh, by the way, Kung Fu Kenny ran a better race than you as well, and that's who got second.
That's his bread and butter too. The 200 meter is
he
his
won that
signature.
100. You can tell. Even cause I watched that Sprinters deal.
Yeah,
that was on Netflix. It's pretty cool. You get a chance to check it out.
I've been wanting to watch that. Yeah,
it's pretty cool. He never was focused on the 200. Like when you watch this, because he's been the best 200 runner the last 4 years. He's won 3 championships in a row, world championships. He didn't focus.
He took it.
He doesn't know how to run that 200
in
in the Olympics. Because if you remember, he was the best 200 runner coming into Tokyo. He didn't even get on the medal stand in Tokyo. So here he is finishing third. I think he needs to sit down somewhere and take that ass whooping like a man.
The 200 requires a little more endurance.
Yeah. It's his best race, though.
Yeah, but he used a lot of that endurance before the race started.
Yeah.
I ran track. The one thing you do not do beforehand is expend a whole bunch of energy.
And maybe if you got COVID, you just don't run that race because, like you said, it's an endurance race. If you have COVID that wears on your lungs, you're not going to have a good showing.
Well, come out and win I mean, he still got a bronze medal. You're not throwing that away. But walk out.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to roll off, you should roll on, too, instead of be jumping all over the place and hooting and hollering. And he is not a world champion of the 200.
He is not.
World champion of what?
Yeah.
Got him back with his own stuff. But He won that gold in the 100, and that's what's going to be the saving point because the 100 meters is the race, it is the sport, it is the event when you talk about Olympics. I understand everybody else, but it's that race, and he won it.
Yeah.
So that'll buy him some grace, but this is losing mentality what he just pulled yesterday.
And he did, do it under pressure with the 100 because the NBA players were right there, So if he had to fail, you already know they would have been talking amongst themselves. Look at this guy, man. He's talking about us, and you can't even go out here and win the 100. And he won it by a hair, but he did win, so you can't discredit it.
And his was the third foot to cross the line.
Yeah.
He just happened to get his chest there first, which is how you win.
A win is a win, but he's making excuses, it seems like, doing the wheelchair act and all that after coming in with all that energy.
8-10-24 tomorrow, Saturday, will be a Kobe game. Team USA, that's what we'll close on. They're looking to close out. They're looking to win the gold. I want to say this will be the fourth consecutive time because they lost in 2004. So, this will be the fifth consecutive time. What is their best lineup? I'll let KG go. You go. I'll go. Pete, if we want to go, and then we'll close the show. What's their best starting lineup? KG.
I think Steph has to start.
Okay.
Of course, LeBron. Okay. I would do KD at the 4.
Okay.
Now it gets tough. Embiid played well, man. He might have to be their starter going forward. Okay. And then it's just a question of who plays the 2 spot?
Yeah. Book or Halliburton or
not Hallie.
Anthony Edwards.
I think Ant needs to start. I know he hasn't been the best this whole run, but I would start the kid, maybe stagger him with Booker, of course, but Halliburton just hasn't showed me enough in order to gain that starting role.
I got yours. Anthony Edwards, Steph, LBJ, KD, and Joel Embiid. Go, Anson.
So AD and LeBron have just been too darn good. I did like Embiid's game last night, but I thought that there was a lot of forced shots that happened to fall for him.
Yeah.
At the 3, you got LeBron, you got him, you got KD's going to float in there somewhere. Those are my top 3. And then I got to go Kyrie and Jaylen Brown at the 1 and 2. Oh, I'm sorry. They're not there. I'd have to go Steph. He was on fire. Okay. And then I know this sounds crazy, but I think the biggest weakness of this team throughout the tournament has been the lack of a true point guard.
Well.
And the guy is not only shut down, but he actually runs the point. And that is Derek White.
Yeah,
I'm saying it. Good. Drew Holiday he's been fantastic.
Yeah.
But I love him coming to bring the energy off of the.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he's not a true point guard. Otherwise, I'd put him in there as a starter. I really like the way that Derek White looks. He's not forcing anything.
True.
He's hitting open shots. He's absolutely shutting down their point guard. Anthony Edwards, he's the future, but he showed he was a little out of place in this tournament.
What are they looking for on France's side? Like, who should we be looking out for? Of course, Wemby, but who else should we be looking for? Is there anybody else?
I got to be honest. I have not watched that team enough. I know a second guy in there, and I'm going to blank on it right now. I know Rissachey's not playing. They've got a smaller guy that's been really, really tough that's running the pick and roll with Wemby.
Got you.
But it's at the end of the day, it just comes down to the alien. Is the alien going to go off and have a quadruple-double in this game?
Right.
Or is somebody be able to shut him down? But this is Wemby versus the world tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that the debate is still out, even though your eyes are not lying to you.
He's going to be the guy.
This guy, if he can win this game, everybody's going to be talking about Wemby all offseason. Hopefully, we're talking about the red, white, and blue up until September.
Yeah.
I think what it is, I love Anthony Edwards. He's my favorite player in the league now. I just think the problem is he doesn't know the team ball game.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't understand the team ball aspect. It's not his fault. He's just had to win by being the guy. Yeah. You look at his squad, he's an ISO guy. He's a takeover guy, so I don't think it's his fault. But he's learning this game, so I wouldn't start him. I go Joel, I go Tatum, I go LBJ, I go KD and Steph.
Okay.
I go KD and Steph. Puts a little more pressure on Steph handling the point, but we know who likes to carry the ball, pausing his hand a lot. It's LeBron. He likes to play the point as well, control everything. I think you put Steph and him on the court together. I think you can mix Jason Tatum in there, and Jason Tatum plays best when he's not the primary guy.
Yeah.
So
we know this to be true.
Yeah, you start him, Jason Tatum probably would average 20 He probably would have averaged 20 Olympics if he would have started and played significant minutes.
True.
He would have been a 20 points.
He's got a big future for Team USA. I just didn't love him or Booker this year.
Yeah. I didn't love Steve Kerr as a coach. Let's call it spade.
He's terrible.
Right.
I just
really
don't
bad.
like him.
Sign Melo, man.
I'm not gonna hate on what he did in the States. With Golden State, I would never talk about that. That's another conversation. Just what I've seen in Team USA, I'm like,
he needs to evolve as a coach, and he has not.
It's over for him. Like, his run is over.
No doubt.
Steph's what, 2 years and he's out?
Yeah.
A year maybe?
The rest of the NBA has copied your style and is now using it as the primary
100%.
style. So, yeah, it's over.
Here's a little gem, and it wasn't his style to begin with.
That is fact.
All right, we appreciate the show. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yo, like I said, today was rough. But you stood in there. Coming up next is the heavyweights at 5 o'clock. This is who you really should be watching. It's going to be a fun day because they're going to talk about the Lions' first preseason game. They probably got more insight than we do. Tune in to them. He's excited. He's got the high news going.
Oh, yeah.
KG, appreciate you as always. Anson, you always do an amazing job. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Jay Green, all this Michigan State, and here I am yet wearing green again, and the MVP of the show. We appreciate you. Peace, bye, back. We know what you had to go through.
You did pick Sparty yesterday, so.
Enjoy your weekend, and go Team USA. See you tomorrow.